Okay, I have a brand new effect to share with you today that is based on a brand new principle on my channel. Now you can have up to 2 spectators participate in this. And as you can see, I have 8 red back cards and 8 blue back cards. Okay, and I'll even show you what's in each. Each packet has 4 red and 4 black, well mixed. Same thing here, let me just show you that. 4 red and 4 black, well mixed. Okay. Now you just have one of the spectators randomly stack the 2 piles. It is a free choice. Put the red on top of the blue. Now believe it or not, we're going to do all of the mixing with the cards face up so you can see exactly what's going on. Okay, so the first mixing we'll do, just to begin to really scramble these, is something called the Klondike shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one. Okay? Now some additional mixing that you can offer the spectator, and by the way, you can perform as many Klondikes as you like. I just did one, but you can do 17 or whatever number you want. In fact, all of the mixing that I'll show you can be done as many times as you like and mixed and matched with the other mixing I'll show you. Okay? So there will be literally hundreds of different ways that people can mix the cards. Now we're not going to do that much mixing, but you theoretically could. Okay, so the Klondike can be done. Just the standard left-right shuffle. You can do this as many times as the spectator would like, or either spectator, they can decide. Some additional mixing you can do is into 4 piles with random stacking of the rows in either order, this one on top of that or vice versa, or the columns on top of each other with random stacking of the resulting piles. So for example, if you want the bottom row on top of the top and then right on left, that's one of 8 different options there. You can perform something called a Monge over under, and you can do as many of these as you like. Okay. You can also do a Monge under over, which is a little different. You push the top card into your other hand. Instead of the next one going over and then the next one under, over, under, this second one here goes under and then over, under, over, under, over. Okay? So those Monge shuffles mix the cards differently. You can check that for yourself. And then some final mixing you can do as many times as the spectator likes is something called an even upjog. This is where you jog forward the even position cards. The cards in positions 2, 4, 6, 8, and so forth. Strip those out, randomly stack according to the spectator's request, maybe right on left. Okay? Once you've performed any of those shuffles any number of times in any order and in any quantity, you just tell the spectator that we're going to now turn the packet over and we're going to divide the red back cards from the blue. Okay, so here we go. A couple of red, let's see, blue, red, blue, some red there, blue. Okay, very good. And now, if you do have 2 spectators, each one can make very important choices. So maybe we'll focus on spectator 1 over here on the left. So what you do with the cards is you just deal them out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Okay, and then another row of 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you give them the option of switching the outer 2 cards, like this one goes here and this one goes here. You can switch the inner 2 cards. You can switch the outer 2 diagonal cards or the inner 2 diagonal cards. So there's actually 4 possibilities. So spectator 1, what would you like to do? Just switch the outer 2? Okay, that's fine. So you would pick these up, those would go up there, and these would go down here, and just bring those together. Okay. Now you have to realize that they're making that decision of their own free will. I'm not making a certain decision and then claiming that the spectator chose it. They can choose from those 4 options. See spectator 2 on the right here. So they might, maybe I'll put their other pile right there just so we can have some room to work with. So the same thing, 2 rows of 4. So what would you like? You want the outer two, inner two, diagonal outers, or diagonal inners? What would you like? The diagonal inner piles. Okay, so what that means then is this one here switches with that one, and then the other two inner diagonals are these two right here, so those get switched. Bring those together, bring these together, okay, and then maybe we'll just gather them on the right, okay? And so let's just take a look at what each of you were able to accomplish, because you dictated what shuffles we used, how many times we performed each, what order we performed them in, stacking order as well, and then this final decision. In fact, both of you chose differently for how you created your two sets of 4 cards each. So let's just take a look at spectator 1 over here. What cards did they find? Oh boy, check that out. That's amazing. 4 spades. And then, no way, 4 diamonds? Oh, that must be complete, utter chance there. Okay, what about spectator 2 over here? Oh, are you going to repeat the... How in the world were both of you able to do this? That is amazing. How in the world? If you had just chosen differently at any stage in this performance, surely this would not have worked out so absolutely perfectly. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, you just do everything that I did. There's no sneaky moves. Now, the starting packets, you may have noticed if you're familiar with my channel, those just need to be Bessey sequences relative to 2 of the suits. Okay, so here's a Bessey. In fact, I can add some video or links in the description below, as well as a full write-up of this so you can see what's going on. Technically, this is, quote, a Bessey sequence relative to diamonds and spades. You can do the same thing for the clubs and hearts. So that's the kind of structure that you do need to begin with, because this is the invariant structure that makes all of it work. So club, heart, heart, club, heart, club, club, heart. Okay? And then you just do everything that I did. Randomly stack these. And then it is true that you can perform any of those shuffles right off. Once you stack these, you could do a left-right, you could do a Monge, you can do a Klondike, you can do into 4 piles, you can do a even Upjog. Any of those can be done at any time. Now, I just happened to begin with a Klondike. And that's a great way to go because you actually entangle the 2 packets really well, one for one, okay, to begin the whole process. But you don't have to do that. You could start with a 4-pile deal or a Monge or whatever you like, okay? And then from there, at the very end, when we had them deal out into 2 rows of 4, it is true, all 4 of those options of switching cards within each row will lead to a perfect division of the clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds from each other once both spectators have made their random choices. So anyway, thank you for watching, and take a look at the description below for explanations of what's going on, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.